Hi, everybody. I'm Eric Nelson, along with Keith Trefethen. And as you can see, it's not Biddeford and Thornton practicing behind us, but it's actually South Portland and Oxford Hills at halftime of their game due to circumstances beyond our control. We're doing the pregame now, but Keith, we've got a couple of teams that are extremely familiar with each other. They've played 3 times during the course of the season, twice in the regular season, once in the Christmas tournament, and it really does seem like the Biddeford Tigers have Thornton's number this year. They've beaten them all 3 times.
Yeah, they certainly have, and that can be to your advantage or against you in that when you've beaten a ball club 3 times, sometimes it's hard to beat them that 4th time. The law of averages finally catch up to you, so it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds here tonight.
Both of these teams have different histories in this tournament, Keith. As we all know, the Biddeford Tigers are the defending Western Maine champion. Thornton is making the tournament for the first time in 20 years, so even though the Tigers lost all 5 of their starters from last year, they've got some players who are experienced on this court. They played 3 games here last year. No Thornton players ever stepped foot on this court.
I think that could be to Biddeford's advantage tonight with those guys coming in here with some leadership and the chance of playing on this court. For Thornton, however, and Coach Garner has said it in the paper that he just wants his kids to come out here, feel what this is all about, have some fun and be relaxed. So we'll see how Thornton is able to come out here and be relaxed, and how relaxed they are in front of this big crowd.
Both teams with records of 13-5. Very, very quickly, Keith, what's the key here tonight? Is it pressure?
Oh, it certainly is. Biddeford has to keep the pressure on, and that's the way they've been able to play all year long. Put the pressure on. I think Thornton has to be patient on offense, get the ball down into lull, and try to get some fouls on Biddeford's big guys. Okay,
let's take you to our pregame show, the look at tonight's starting lineups, and a conversation with Ron Cody. Then we'll go to a break, and we'll be right back with the opening tap-off between Biddeford and Thornton.
Times during the year.
I'm surprised we were able to beat them 3 times this year. I think Thornton Academy's got an excellent team. Coach Guyon's done a nice job with those kids. They've got a lot of size. They got Craig Agresti outside, who's a force. He's a real good player. That's a real good team, and I'm very surprised and very pleased with the way we have played against them, and we've beaten them 3 times this year. So that's been a surprise.
What have you been able to do so successfully against them, and what are you going to have to do again on Friday night to beat them for a 4th time?
Well, I think the pressure bothers Thornton somewhat, and I think that gives us, we don't match up very well with them size-wise. I think the press becomes our equalizer, and so we've got to continue doing that Friday night. We've got to put the pressure on. We've got to hustle extremely hard, work extremely hard to try to offset that size that they have.
Last year, Ron, there seemed to be a theme that ran through the playoff run for you last year about getting to dance with another better-looking girl as the tournament went on. Is there any theme running through this year's tournament run?
This year we're going to dance with a very tall girl. Hopefully we don't step on her foot. No, there's no real theme. You know, our principal, Mr. Warren Galway, you know, he likes the fact that we're going back to the big dance. And I told him the other day, I said, well, this year I said we're dancing with a tall girl. You know, meaning that Thornton's get some size over us, and hopefully we do a good job.
We wish you a lot of luck, Ron.
Thank you, Eric.
Game between Biddeford and Thornton. I'm Eric Nelson with Keith Trefethen, high above courtside. And Keith, here's tonight's starting lineup.
Yes, guards for Thornton, Craig Agresti and Matt LeBlanc. Your center will be Jay Lowell. Brent Raymond will be at a forward, and Steve Zedlopoulos will be at the other forward. For the Biddeford Tigers, Chris Cody will be a guard, along with Dewey Copengay. Chad Marcoux will be your center. Chris Roy and Mike Willett will be your forwards tonight.
Okay, Jay Lowe and Chris Roy will jump it off. We've had 1 quarterfinal game already played. South Portland defeated Oxford Hills 88-64. The winner of this game will play South Portland in the semis. And the tap controlled by the Tigers in the white uniforms. They are the higher-seeded team. Thornton Academy in the maroon uniforms. Of course, the lower-seeded team at number 5. Both teams with identical records coming into this game, 13-5. And as we mentioned during the pregame, Biddeford has defeated Thornton 3 times this season. And very quickly, our first foul call of the game, and it's going to go against Steve Zedlopoulos of Thornton.
Again, We talked about it very briefly in our pregame, but right now Biddeford showing a lot of patience offensively. Thornton has to do the same thing, be patient offensively, rotate the ball a few times, make the other team play some defense.
Mike Willett from the free throw line is short, rebounded by Xanthopoulos. 30 seconds in, Thornton's first possession of the basketball. Craig Agresti, the point guard. LeBlanc with the basketball, top of the key, guarded by Cody. They dump it into Lowe. The turnaround, rebounded by Cody. The Tigers, defending Western Maine champions, defeated Lewiston in the championship a year ago here on this court. Of course, went on to play in the state title game against Old Town. Cody gets the Tigers on the board.
Again, good patience, good penetration that time. A little pressure, as we thought we'd see from the Tigers early in this game. It's going to see how Thornton can relate to the pressure. There's the turnover.
There's our first turnover of the game. Cody. Lead pass for Copenhagen. It'll be Thornton's ball. Chris Cody, who scored that basket for Biddeford, had a monster game against Thornton last time at Thornton. Had 33 points, including 6 3-pointers. He's a big key for that Biddeford team. Raymond from the outside. Another rebound by Chris Cody.
Again, one shot here. A lot of jitters early in these games. We'll see how which team settles down earliest here.
Inside, Chris Roy for 2.
Good rotation that time. Good patience offensively.
And the Tigers take a 4-0 lead. 6:05 left in the first quarter. Xanthopoulos all alone for 2. So Thornton with their first points. Willett guarded by Agresti. They swing it around to Copenhagen. Chris Roy gives up the 3 and travels.
Yep. Little step that time, moved that pivot foot before he was ready to move, and those things happen early in these games.
Again, the Tiger pressure will be a key throughout, and Thornton breaks it easily there. Here's LeBlanc, all the way to the hoop, off the back of the rim, rebounded by Raymond.
Again, Thornton has to finish off here.
Well, Mark Gagne said before the game, Keith, the head coach of Thornton in his 4th year, said it's very important for them to be able to get second shots on the offensive end.
You're absolutely correct. They're going to have to go to the boards hard, but they're going to have to finish well. That time, the ball, LeBlanc penetrated well with the ball, but not a very good finish, not a strong move to the basket.
Marcoux blocked by Lowe. He's kept alive by Willett. Copenhagen lines up the 3 and buries it. 7-2 Biddeford. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Agresti blocked by Cody.
This is precisely what Biddeford wants to get Thornton into, is that running game. With the pressure, it gives the sense of security to Thornton that they can penetrate and move the basket in and maybe get some easy hoops. That's the kind of sense that Biddeford wants to give Thornton. Get in that up-tempo. I think it's prudent for Thornton to get it right there.
Jay Lowe for 2, his first bucket.
That's where they got to go with the basket, and they have to be extremely patient to get it into Lowe to really have a good chance to win here tonight.
4:35 left first quarter, 7-4 Biddeford. They've led from the start. Cody for 3, yes.
I think that's one thing, if you're Thornton, you don't want to see is Chris Cody, with all the experience he has in big games, getting hot from 3-point range.
LeBlanc all the way.
Now, you saw that one, Eric. That was a better finish by LeBlanc because he took it all the way to the basket. At 6'4", he has that ability to penetrate, and that time he used it.
Lead cut back to 4, 10-6 as Copenhagen stepped on the sideline. And it'll be a turnover back to the Trojans. Good first quarter of basketball for just joining us in this Western Maine Class A quarterfinal from the Civic Center in Portland. Eric Nelson with Keith Trefethen halfway through the first quarter. Biddeford up by 4, still up by 4 as Anthopoulos misses. Remember, this is the first time that Thornton Academy has been in the tournament in 20 years, since the 1972 season. Copenhagen for 2.
Well, both ball clubs are really lighting it up right now. More so Biddeford than Thornton, but shooting extremely well, getting easy shots in the paint. Defense has to intensify.
Ball is stripped, Willett. And LeBlanc outruns Copenhagen to the ball. So it's twice we've seen the Tigers throw the ball away, Keith, on plays like that. Again,
looking for the long touchdown pass, which they like to do. They're known for trying to get the easy basket off the turnover.
The lob into low, and we've got our first foul against the Tigers. It's going to go against Chris Roy, so that is just 2 fouls, 1 on each team so far.
Yeah, and again, they want to go to Lowell and try to get Marcoux, Roy, Willett in trouble down low and make Biddeford go to their bench.
Raymond missing, Lowe the follow. 4 for Jay Lowe, and it cuts the lead to 4, 12-8. Almost a turnover. Willett keeps it alive for the Tigers. Copenhagen misses the jumper. Is on line, just a little short. 2:30 remaining in the opening quarter. 12-8 Biddeford. Agresti penetrating, uses the glass and draws the foul.
Again, me as an observer of this game and knowing a little bit of the history of the last 3 games with these ball clubs, Craig wants to try to get his offense going, and averaging about 11 points a game, he's going to get that offense. So right there, I thought he forced it a little bit, even though he got the foul. Thornton has to be patient on offense to be effective, and I think if they settle down a little bit and be patient, this is going to be a barn burner here tonight.
Craig Agresti makes good on the first free throw. The foul is on Chris Cody, his first and the team's second. Agresti is 65% free throw shooter. Makes both. And it cuts it to a 2-point lead. It's 12-10 Biddeford. 2:25 left here in the opening quarter. Thornton in the man-to-man defense. Willett working on Agresti. Nice penetration, Mike Willett.
Nice job by Mike. Penetrated down, the lane was open, took it to the paint and finished it off.
Really, he and Chris Cody have the most experience on this court for this Biddeford team that played 3 games here last year in winning Western Maine. Great dish from Agresti to Anthopoulos. Cuts the lead back to 2. Here's Cody in the paint, driving, and a blocking call. Foul will go against Brent Raymond, his first, and the team's second. We see our first substitutions of the game. Number 30, Todd Vance, a 6'1 junior for Thornton Academy, and number 11, Don Gadbois, 5'8 senior, coming in for Biddeford.
What I'm seeing from Biddeford defensively right now, Eric, is that they're putting on the full court pressure, but it's not a hard, you know, it's like it's very, very lackadaisical to a certain extent. Just tell him we're here, and sort of as the game progresses, and we've seen him do it this year as well as last year, as the game progresses, the defense gets tighter and tighter and tighter.
Cody makes 1 free throw to make it again a 3-point lead. Cody's got 6 in the game to lead all scorers. Here's the pressure. Cody averaging 18 a game, highest scorer on both of these teams. Lowe with a nice move. He is so difficult to stop, Keith, once he gets the ball down there.
He had good position on the blocks that time and just took 1 quick drop step down. They have nobody that's going to stop Jay Lowe when he turns to the basket like that.
Cody missing the 3, and Thornton Academy with a chance to take their first lead. They trail 15-14 with a minute left in the opening quarter. There's the lob to Lowe, and they break it up. Nice job by Chad Marcoux to knock it away. Cody to Copenhagen and lost the basketball. Up ahead to LeBlanc. One man back is Marcoux, and he hits the jumper, and Thornton has their first lead. Thornton ball. So the Trojans have erased the 6-point deficit. Keith have taken the lead as Ryan Summer, 6-foot sophomore, comes in.
Yeah, right now what's happened is they're working right on emotion, straight emotion at this point, and really getting some good efforts out of the players out there right now.
A 10-3 run for Thornton has given them the lead. Vance missing. 22 seconds left in the opening quarter. Most likely we'll see Biddeford attempt to take the final shot. Down to 12. Remember, the clock is right over the players' heads here, and that's the only clock here, so it makes it a little more difficult to keep track of time. They're down to 5. Cody, from the baseline, gives Biddeford the lead at the buzzer. A great first quarter of basketball here from the Civic Center in Portland. After 1 on the Star Mountain scoreboard, Biddeford 17, Thornton 16. Thornton Academy 17-16. I'm Eric Nelson with Keith Trefethen. Steve Twombly high above courtside at the Civic Center in Portland for this quarterfinal round game. The winner of this game will play the South Portland Red Riots in the semifinal round next Friday. That will be at 7 o'clock, the early game. It's been a good one through one quarter, Keith.
Oh, it certainly has. Right now the momentum has changed to a certain extent with Thornton getting the ball down low. I've liked what they've done by getting the ball down low to low early in the game. They've established that. They've been able to move the ball easily on the press. Again, now I can see Biddeford defensive intensity starting to pick up, and nice key shot by Chris Cody down the stretch.
Chris Roy has come back into the game for Biddeford. Chad Marcoux with the steal. So it's Gadbois and Cody at the guards. Willett and Roy the forwards, and Chad Marcoux the center to start the second quarter for Biddeford. Agresti, LeBlanc, Summer, Vance, and Lowe in the lineup for Thornton to start quarter number 2. Inside feed to Marcoux, and he traveled. Second time that play's been there, Keith.
Yeah, it was there again, and again, good patience by Biddeford. Got to feel comfortable about that offensive series, even though you didn't get anything.
Thornton ball. Both these teams pretty hot coming into the tournament. Biddeford's won 8 of their last 10 and 3 in a row. Thornton won 2 in a row and 10 of their last 12, including some big wins over Bonnie Eagle and Sanford.
Again, now you're seeing Biddeford's pressure defensively full court a little more intense than it was after the first quarter, so they're going to pick it up defensively.
Synthopoulos and Raymond into the basketball game for Thornton. We've played 41 seconds here in the second quarter. Still a 1-point Tiger lead. Coming up at halftime, Keith and I will have our halftime statistics and go over the tournament pairings for you. Agresti misses the runner. Gadbois being covered by Raymond. And Thornton playing some good defense, extending the Biddeford offense.
Again, they're extending it, and I think that plays a little bit into Biddeford's hands because personnel-wise, I think probably Biddeford's probably a little bit quicker going to the basket with the ball.
Gadbois back out to Marcoux. The Tigers showing some patience here. They've had a couple of shots, but they're looking for better ones.
I think they're trying to really work Thornton defensively.
Marcoux, and we'll wait to see who the foul gets called on. And that, I believe, will be Brent Raymond's second.
I think what they're trying to do now is you know, as a basketball player, you always expel more energy playing defense than you do offense. You're standing around a little bit more offensively, where defensively you've got to really go out there. And right now, Biddeford, I think, is really trying to make Thornton play good, hard-nosed defense.
Oh,
nice pass.
Cody the dish to Marcoux, and he couldn't come up with a basket. So we get a foul on the Tigers. And it'll be against Chris Roy, his second, and the team's third. Ryan Summer, by the way, came in at the last break for Thornton, number 24. So no scoring here in the second quarter. We got 6:12 left in the half. Long lead pass up to Lowe, and he dunks it. Two-handed jam.
Yeah, I'll get the Thornton crowd fired up and get those players fired up right now.
And Thornton retakes the lead. Cody short. And the Thornton crowd is into it, Keith.
They certainly are. After that dunk by Lowe, it gets everybody fired up.
Xanthopoulos, and it goes off of Cody.
Again, that time, Thornton trying to get the ball down low when it wasn't there, Eric. They had 2 or 3 guys around him. They had to rotate the ball around one more time, get the ball over here to Lowe, who was wide open. You can see Biddeford putting on that pressure and in the blocks, putting 2 or 3 guys around the low post man of Thornton at this point.
Don Gadboy's in, so is Brian Heel, number 21, a junior for Biddeford, and also for the first time in the game we see Kirk Purvis, number 14, a junior for Thornton, check in. He comes in for LeBlanc. But that low dunk's the first one of the year. There's the dump into Xanthopoulos. Probably the only one we've seen in 3 or 4 years, Keith. Wasn't too bad at a full gallop.
No.
3-point Thornton lead. After the Xanthopoulos hoop, 20-17. This is Thornton's biggest lead. Willett got the ball caught on his tip. Does a great job of getting it back and draws the foul. It's good hustle.
Certainly was.
Summers first, the team's fourth. Neither team in the bonus situation is Mike Willett. With 2 points in the game, will go to the line. Willett, the 5th leading scorer on this team at 7.3 points a game. 64% free throw shooter. The Tigers are just 1 for 3 from the line tonight. He's got the second. 20-18 Thornton. Oh, good get by Summer into Xanthopoulos. 2 more. 16 points between Xanthopoulos and Lowe.
Yeah, when Xanthopoulos gets that low, he's going to be hard to stop. You got to stop the ball from getting to him down there.
4-point Thornton lead. Willett again, he's short. Rebound comes to Purvis. Ball goes off the backboard. Brian Heel fights for it. And the possession light will go to Biddeford as LeBlanc is back in for Thornton. And I also see Chad Marcoux come back in for the Tigers. Brian Heel will sit down. So the Tigers have put their starters back in. Thornton has 4 of their 5 starters in the lineup. Cody off the glass.
That's a first field goal of this this period, Eric.
Lead pass to Xanthopoulos. 2 more. Steve Xanthopoulos is 6 in this quarter. (24-20) Thornton. Halfway through the second quarter. Roy looks inside, now gets it to Marcoux. To his right, and he draws the foul.
See, you see now, the longer that Thornton stays ahead, the harder it's going to be for Biddeford to come back. With 4 minutes left and being down by 4, Biddeford can't. It's got to get a basket here. Try to stop them down there defensively. Keep this game close, because if Thornton gets 2 or 3 more baskets here and gets that lead, they got a lot of confidence, a good athletic ball club out there, and they're going to be tough to beat.
Cody is knocked down in the corners. He missed the 3. Thornton can push the lead to 6. LeBlanc off the mark. Rebound to Cody. He's got a 1-on-5. So he'll pull it up. 3:30 left in the half, 24-20 Thornton. Copenhagen off to the left. It's no secret, Keith, that Biddeford will have to shoot well from the outside tonight.
They live and die by the tray.
Vance blocked by Chris Roy.
Nice job by Roy that time. But they live and die by the three, and they've got to have some exceptional shooting. Right now, the shooting's gone away here in the second quarter.
Summer lobs to LeBlanc. Out near that NBA three-point line. Skip pass, Purvis all alone for three. Rebound to Marcoux. Oh, and what a great job. Taps it up to Copenhagen. And the light will go to Thornton. Xanthopoulos in for Thornton. Again, Thornton with a chance to extend the lead to 6. Just a double on Agresti. And not touched by Chad Marcoux.
That's the kind of thing that Biddeford has to do, is get the double team on. Once the guard or whoever is from Thornton pulls the ball up and stops, they got to come with the double team quickly to avoid that long overhead pass and maybe get the turnover like they did that time.
Quick whistle. And it'll be a foul against Thornton. That is the second against Agresti and the 6th on the team.
His second personal foul.
So one more and Biddeford will shoot in the bonus. A lot of time left here in the first half. Marcoux. See if they run offensively. Cody with LeBlanc on him at the top of the key. Trying to set things up here. Low on Willett. Chris Roy has that range and he said he traveled. .223 left.
Again, that's an unforced mistake by Biddeford, and they've got to minimize those the best they can here.
LeBlanc, the bounce to Lowe. 2 more. Lowe has 10. Thornton has their biggest lead, 26-20.
Nice job by LeBlanc. Really pushed the ball up hard and then dumped it down. Really drew the defense to him.
Broke a 2-minute scoring drought in this game. Biddeford led by 6 on a couple of occasions early in the first quarter. This possession will go to Biddeford. And really all of that caused by Agresti breaking up the pass. Biddeford has managed just 3 points here in the second quarter. Willett missed. Roy, the offensive board. He missed. Rebound to Lowe. Only got 1 field goal in the second quarter, Keith. LeBlanc. Xanthopoulos blocked by Roy.
The nice thing about it, Eric, is that they're only down by 6.
Really, they haven't come out of this too badly, considering they have not really played well offensively here in the second quarter.
They need a hoop here, though. With 1:19 left, it'd be nice to get one.
Copenhagen missing. 1:10 left in the half. Thornton up by 6. Biddeford back in the zone. Agresti draws the contact. And that foul against Biddeford will be against Louis Copenhagen. 4th on the team and the 1st on Copenhagen is Agresti at the line for 2. Hit 2 free throws in the first quarter. Agresti, the 3rd leading scorer on the team at 11 points a game. Jay Lowe leads Thornton at 16 points a game, and Xanthopoulos averaging 14 and a half. And combined, Synthopoulos and Lowe with 20 in this game so far. Segresti misses both, but Synthopoulos right there, no, does not fall. He has done a great job on the boards.
He has right now, and in a timely fashion, they've been getting the basketball down low when he had the advantage to take it to the hole.
First foul on Chad Marcoux. Synthopoulos is the leading rebounder. He's averaging over 10 rebounds a game. He's got 11 points here as he extends the lead to 7. Second one is missed. Vance blocked from behind by Willett. Biddeford, amazingly, Keith, has 3 or 4 blocks in this game.
That's helped them.
Despite the height disadvantage.
It's the quickness. They're just beating them to the jump to get the blocks at this point.
40 seconds left. 7-point Thornton lead. Ron Cody says they've come to dance with a tall girl in this tournament. Certainly have a very big and physical Thornton team. Copenhagen from the wing. And Dewey misses. Lead pass too far for Synthopoulos. Boy, and I don't really, in the couple times we've seen Thornton, Keith, I don't remember them trying to run the ball this much. They're really pushing it.
Yeah, they are, and I thought for sure that would play into Biddeford's hands, and right now Biddeford has been more of the controlled offensive team and trying to keep a lot of structure in their offense, and Thornton is really trying to push the ball up and take advantage of the break.
5 seconds, down to 4. Cody. Long 3 off the mark, and the half ends. Biddeford gets outscored 11-3 in the second quarter and managed just 1 field goal. That was by Chris Cody midway through the quarter, Keith. And Thornton has gone out to a 7-point halftime lead.
Yeah, that's the key here, Eric, is that they haven't been able to shoot the ball well in the second period, and with Thornton, they're grabbing the rebounds and they're moving the ball up quickly. They're taking advantage of the break and the big guys down low, and they got themselves a 7-point lead.
Okay, score at halftime on the Star Mountain scoreboard. It's Thornton Academy 27, Biddeford Tigers 20. Keith and I will be back with halftime stats right after this.
Super Bowl there, you know, so I don't ever have to worry about throwing a gutter ball. And then we can have a party in our own room that they'll let us decorate any way we want. And Mom, guess what? They've even got pizza and sodas too. But Mom, can you still bring my cake?
Mom and Dad, to make life easier for you, Bowl-O-Rama provides free transportation on the Bowl-O-Rama bus. And for kids 8 and over, junior bowling leagues will be starting up at the end of January.
Welcome back to the Civic Center in Portland at halftime on NEC TV's Game of the Week. It's the Thornton Trojans leading the Biddeford Tigers 27-20. I'm Eric Nelson with Keith Trefethen, and it's time for our halftime stats, Keith.
Sure, we'll give you Biddeford, seeing they're down by 7, only scoring 20 in the first half. We'll give you them first. Field goals for the Tigers, they're 9 for 23, 39%. Free throws, 2 for 4 for 50%. They had 10 rebounds and 6 turnovers. For Thornton, they were 11 for 24, 46% from the floor, 3 for 6, 50% throwing free throws, and they had 15 rebounds and 6 turnovers. So the difference is shooting and rebounds at this point, Eric.
Okay, let's take a look at the individual halftime stats for both of these ball clubs. On the scoring ledger, Thornton Academy is led by Steve Synthopoulos is 11, Jay Lowe has 10, and Matt LeBlanc has 4. The Tigers are led by Chris Cody's 10, Dewey Copenhagen has 5, and Chris Roy has 2. On the foul side of things, Craig Agresti and Ryan Summer have 2 for Thornton. There are 2 other players with 1. And for Biddeford, Chris Roy with 2 and 3 players with 1. But obviously the rebounding stats, very big, Keith, with Thornton out rebounding Biddeford 15-10. And the fact that the Tigers shot just 1 for 10 in the second quarter.
Yeah, that really hurt them. And it seems like they got out of their offense. It didn't look like they were penetrating the ball as well to set up the outside shot. And then when they took the outside shot, they just weren't hitting it. And consequently, Thornton, as being as big they are, you know, LeBlanc and is 6'4", and Lowe is what, 6'7", and you know, they get some big guys up there, and
they're controlling the backboards, bringing the ball down, running on the break, and making their shots when they've had to. So that's why they're up by 7.
Yeah, one of the keys, again, in speaking with Mark Gagne before the game, in the last Biddeford-Thornton game at Thornton, there were only 9 points scored in the third quarter of that game, and Coach Gagne said the important thing they have to do today is if they play good defense is to try to capitalize on that, which they were able to do in the second quarter, outscoring Biddeford 11-3.
Yeah, they certainly did, and again, I sort of like what Thornton's doing game-wise. I thought they were getting out of it a little bit when they started to push the ball up too quickly and take the quick shot, but then they started to put the ball down low, and that really helped their offense and opened it up and balanced it out. So their game plan right now is flawless. Biddeford, on the other hand, Eric, has got to put some defensive pressure on, stop moving the ball, and play Biddeford basketball. I'm not seeing it here right now. They're not being as aggressive as I'd like to see them play.
At halftime, our score, Thornton Academy leading Biddeford 27-20. Keith and I will be back with the second half in just a moment.
What are we gonna do about? Huh? Well...
Reed, the head coach of the Biddeford Tigers in his 16th year, his 4th-seeded team, Keith, is going to have to make a comeback here in the second half. Now, remember, a year ago, Biddeford played Deering in the quarterfinals, and believe it or not, Keith trailed by an identical 7 points at halftime, came back and won that game by 9.
Well, they're going to have to pull that kind of miracle once again out for themselves tonight. But again, they got to play that hard defense, really a lot of aggressiveness. And I think you got a few things for us here at halftime, huh, Eric?
Yeah, we've got the other pairings here in the Western Maine tournament. A couple of quarterfinal round games being played on Saturday the 29th. Number 2 Deering is playing number 7 Stanford, and number 3 Morse is playing number 6 Chevrolet. The winner of those 2 games will play in the semifinals here at the Civic Center on Friday the 6th in the late game at 8:30. And as we mentioned earlier, the winner of this basketball game will get a semifinal round date with undefeated South Portland, who romped over Oxford Hills tonight 88-64 in the first quarterfinal round game. We've seen this Tiger team come back many times, Keith, and it will not be easy because this Thornton team is playing some good basketball.
They certainly are, but like you said, they've come back many times. They have a lot of pride, they work hard on the basketball floor, and I don't expect them to give up any stretch.
Thornton will have the ball to start the second half. It'll be the starting 5 for the Trojans. Craig Agresti, Matt LeBlanc, Brent Raymond, Jay Lowe,
went right quickly to the double team. I hate to interrupt you, but
I know they
right
wouldn't even let me get through the lineup there.
Went right to the double team and got the turnover.
Chris Cody, Dewey Copengay, Marcoux missing. Chris Roy, Chad Marcoux, and Mike Willett. That's who'll start the second half. So starting 5's in there for both clubs to start the half. Agresti wheeling and dealing. Rebound comes to Lowe. Count the basket. Mentioned how important the big guys were for Thornton, and they had themselves a very good first half. J. Lowe makes the free throw. Thornton up by 10.
Yeah, if you're Biddeford, you don't want that to happen. Come out here and have them score first and go up by 10. Makes the job even harder.
Shot off the mark. Chris Roy from the baseline hits it. Chris Roy with 4 points, and again the pressure. Synthopoulos to LeBlanc for 2.
again, finding the open man and hitting their shots. Again, 46% in that first quarter, first half. They're 2 for 2 here, so they're picking up right where they left off.
Back up by 10. Cody missing. The rebound comes to Chris Roy. Minute and a half into the third quarter. Biddeford looking to make a run and cut into the lead. Chris Roy for 3.
Maybe that will give them the encouragement they need in order to get it up.
That's one way to do it as they cut the lead to 7. LeBlanc back out to Agresti. 32-25 Thornton. Thornton being patient. Raymond looks for Lowe cutting across. He'll take the jumper. Picked up by Chris Roy. It's another thing the Tigers have to do, Keith. They'll be able to box out.
Box out, and they got to hit the trays down here. They've taken 3 and hit 1 in this period.
Stick it around the perimeter. Willett. Around to Chris Cody. He'll penetrate. Try to draw the contact. And didn't get the foul call. Agresti works between the legs. Picks up the foul.
You know, you watch Craig Agresti play, and you say to yourself, how good would he really be if he had both his legs underneath him? You know, really a severe knee injury that's going to need some surgery here pretty soon, probably after the season's over, and moved pretty good on that play.
Quite an accomplishment to, after seeing him really laying on the football field there at Thornton after that final game against Biddeford. Lines up the 3, it's short. Rebound LeBlanc, hits the baseline jumper. Matt LeBlanc pushes the lead back to 9. 34-25.
I think that's the kid, in my opinion, has come to play tonight, is Matt LeBlanc. In that, when I had the opportunity to see the Sanford game, I didn't think he played as well as he's playing here tonight, hitting those good shots, making the good penetration. So he's making the difference for that Thornton team right now.
Certainly played real well against Sanford after that as Copenhagen hits the jumper. Lead back to 7 for Thornton. And another foul. And this one against Copenhagen, that will be his second. So fortunately for Ron Cody, he's got 18 fouls in the game, but it's dispersed so that all 4 players have 2 fouls.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, I guess. You want to keep these guys out here and playing, so really nobody in foul trouble.
Synthopoulos working on Chris Roy, hits the J.
I really don't think that that Biddeford has anybody that's going to stop Synthopoulos when he gets down low with the ball. He's got a big body on him, and he uses it well going to the basket.
13 for Synthopoulos. That was his first hoop of the second half. Lead back to 9. Chris Roy, the long jumper, rebounded by Jay Lowe. Still a lot of time left in this game, but the Tigers will have to continue to try to run their offense as Agresti draws the foul. And really, it's very simple, Keith. He's just taking the ball and penetrating and drawing contact.
Yeah, I think that's what Agresti was doing that in the first half, and with limited success. Here he seems to get more success by penetration.
Biddeford calls time, 3:35 left in the third quarter. We'll do the same as Thornton leads it here, 36-27. As the Tigers trail by 9 here, 36-27 with 3:35 left in the third quarter.
Well, again, you know, we're seeing some pretty good defensive pressure, but we're not seeing the offense I think perhaps you would like to see if you're a Biddeford fan, in that the ball hasn't been going inside at all. They've been settling for that 19-footer, that three-point shot, and I think they're going to have to try to make adjustments to that, as well as try to keep that defensive intensity up to get back into this game.
Craig Agresti will be at the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. He has 2 points in tonight's game and is 2 for 4 from the line. That ties Thornton's biggest lead. And he makes it 11. 38-27 Thornton. Biddeford has a big hole to climb out of.
They got to make a run here with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left here in this period.
Cody Willett, the offensive rebound, short, gets it back, tries it again. Copenhagen at the other end, doesn't go. Frustration for Biddeford after doing a great job of the boards.
A lot of shots there, nothing going.
Steal, Chad Marcoux. Willett up to Copenhagen, stolen back.
Again, getting back on defense that time were the Trojans.
Willett steals it back to Copenhagen. Misses the jumper and we get a foul call. That is against. Who is that against? Matt LeBlanc. Okay, we'll go against LeBlanc. First foul of the second half against Thornton.
You know, they're 3 for 12 right now. 25%. So, you know, that ain't going to get it done here tonight.
Copenhagen averaging 9.6 points a game, 50% free throw shooter. Makes 1 of 2. Lead is back to 10, 28-38. Marcoux, oh, Chad Marcoux, he has made a lot of nice defensive plays.
Yeah, if he didn't touch it, it looked like Chris Roy would have had it that time because Roy was there and Marcoux just cut him off, and but good hustle that time.
2:29 left in the basketball game, 10-point Thornton lead. They had a 7-point lead to start the half. Cody knocks it away.
If you're Biddeford, that's what you want Thornton to do. Agresti really is making some pretty bad passes when he's making that long court pass that way because there's really no need to do it. Up by 10, come down and set your offense up. But he's trying to get a few more on there quickly, and that plays into Biddeford's hands. Biddeford likes to see that.
LeBlanc to Agresti, dump it into Jay Lowe, and it's broken up. Chad Marcoux with the basketball. This is where Biddeford has to capitalize, Keith, when they play the good defense.
Right there, play the good defense. They got to come down and hit the shot and start breaking into this this lead that Thornton has on him.
Mike Willett.
Nice move.
Had to alter the shot. Gets his own rebound. Goes up strong and draws the foul. It'll be the second foul against Synthopoulos and the second on the team. That's really what they have to do.
Yeah, Biddeford's out rebounding them 7-5 so far here, but it's because they're not hitting their shots, Eric. They're getting that second, third opportunity, really working hard off the offensive glass, just not being able to get anything for it.
Mike Willett, senior co-captain. Now with 4 points in the game. Make it 5. Lead is cut to 8. Cody with the basketball. And it's picked up by Copenhagen and the foul. There's one thing that even if Biddeford isn't playing their best game on any given night, the hustle is always there.
The hustle is always there, and what happens is that when you get caught up in that, you start playing the way they're playing, and
Chad
things can
Marcoux
happen.
for Cody. Lead back to 6. Foul, by the way, was
there it is, nice steal.
And there's another steal. Give it right back.
Agresti doing the right thing here, settling it down.
Synthopoulos all alone. transition there.
Big rotation there where they could have gone down by 4 on the steal, and now they're down by 8 again.
Wow. That's amazing how that ball can go through everyone and not touch anybody.
I know.
Summer in for Raymond for Thornton. Biddeford has not gone to the bench in the second half. And Summer is Thornton's first sub here in the third quarter. LeBlanc stolen by Willett. Up ahead to Chris Roy. And it's again a 6-point ball game. 9 for Roy. Here's the pressure. Summer will stop at the free throw line. Lowe, big offensive board. He makes the shot.
Nice board by Lowe because they got the shot they wanted, and he comes up with a big board.
Lowe with 15. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. LeBlanc on Cody. Chad Marcoux right to Willett, and it's 2. 15 seconds left, 6-point lead. Down to 8. J. Lowe to Xanthopoulos for 2 more. Furious scoring pace as the third quarter. Ah, Cody hit it! Wow! A 60-foot three-pointer at the buzzer. And Biddeford has cut the lead to 5. Don't go away on the Star Mountain scoreboard. Thornton 44, Biddeford 39. Start of the fourth quarter on Game of the Week. Both teams getting a huge round of applause. It's like the final round of a heavyweight championship fight, Keith.
Well, you could sense the whole momentum in this period as it was coming to a close was changing in Biddeford's favor. I was going to say that at the end of the quarter, and then with the big 3 there, it certainly has changed now. I mean, Biddeford has to have all the confidence in the world. Now it comes down to who can handle the pressure the best.
Copenhagen short. Cody, the rebound, draws the foul. That will be J. Lowe's first.
But that's what it's going to come down to now. You know, you got some people out there that are going to have a lot of pressure on them to perform and to keep hitting that shot that they've been hitting all night. And now, big shoulder coming up.
Chad Marcoux, when we talk about heavyweight championships fights, was cut open and has a cut over his left eye, and it was bleeding quite a bit. So Marie Potvin, the trainer for Biddeford, is quickly attending to him as Don Gadbois will come in.
Hopefully Marie can get that thing closed up and get him back in the game, because he's going to be a vital cog as this game progresses down the stretch here.
So Chris Cody, who scored 13 in the game, will go to the free throw line where he is 1 for 2 tonight. He's short. Second one on its way, and that's short. And Thornton keeps their 5-point lead. Low, broken up. Kept alive by Vance. Short, Chris Roy the boards. Chance to cut the lead to 3.
See, they're giving him that pass down and really challenging him to make that shot.
And they say he traveled. The team that makes the fewest mistakes over the final 7 minutes and 20 seconds is going to win.
You know, and that's uncharacteristic for Chris Cody. He usually doesn't make mistakes down the stretch.
LeBlanc, they dump it in. Agresti comes up with a loose ball. Into Lowe, and Chris Cody commits his 3rd foul. The team foul situation, that is 5 now on Biddeford. There are 4 on Thornton as they continue to look at Chad Marcoux on the sideline.
Yeah, they're checking it out, and hopefully they'll be able to.
Matt LeBlanc. 10 for LeBlanc. The lead is 7. Willett.
Nice move.
In the paint, picked up the foul.
Hopefully
with
Marcoux, if in fact it does need some medical attention that perhaps he'll have to leave, hopefully they're able to patch him up so we can finish up. I know as an athlete I would prefer to have him, you know, butterfly or do whatever they have to do to stop it and get something on there so I can get back in the game. Take care of it
being
later.
a senior, he wants to be out
Oh
there.
yeah, you want to take care of it later if it's not going to hinder your eyesight or anything along those lines.
Synthopoulos in for Vance as Willett will take his second free throw. He missed it, and it comes to Chris Roy. 6-point lead. Copenhagen wide alone. Missed just off the mark. Six and a half minutes left in the game. Again, there's the pass.
Nice
Synthopoulos
pass.
below. Count it. Big hoop.
Nice look-away pass. See, Biddeford's putting so much pressure out here that if they can make the long pass and get that ball in low like that, they're going to get a good shot. And that time, exactly what happened with a long pass, the easy basket.
3 fouls on Chris Roy as Brian Heel back in for Biddeford. And Jay Lowe is 17 in the game. Will go to the free throw line.
But again, as I was talking about pressure here, Biddeford making that run, getting it down to 5, but not the opportunity to get any further than that. And now Thornton able to respond and come back with some key baskets to push it back to 9.
Big 3-point play by Jay Lowe. Here's Gadbois, blocked by Synthopoulos. Chad Marcoux could come back in the ball game. He's been patched up. He's back in. Big bandage around his left eye.
Well, as long as he can see and play, I think Chad would rather be in there and take care of it later.
Here's Marcoux with the basketball to Cody. Long 3, off the mark. Broken up by Gadbois. Donald Gadbois, what a save. What hustle by Buzz. Cody again the 3, it's short. It's just maybe a half a foot out of range there.
Yeah, well, he's at the NBA level at this point, taking those trays, so maybe take a step in or so and take the shot.
Agresti, no. And a foul on Synthopoulos as Mike Willett at established position. That was a big one to rattle in and out, Keith.
Oh, if Agresti hits that, you know, this game theoretically is probably over. You know, now Biddeford still has an opportunity to get back into this because with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left, it's going to be tough for them to crawl back into this without some good shots and some good defense.
Synthopoulos' 3rd foul, 6 on the team. Gadbois drains the 3. Lead is back to 6. Remember, Gadbois hit the big game tire against Portland during the season. And there's a foul against Dewey Copenhagen. So 4 of Biddeford's 5 starters have 3 fouls. Roy, Marcoux, Copenhagen, and Cody. And that puts Thornton Academy in the bonus. That was team foul number 7. And we'll send Brent Raymond, who's the best free throw shooter on this team, to the line. .75% free throw shooter. That's the first point in the game for Raymond. Misses the second, so it's a 7-point lead. 5:05 left in the game. They clear out for Cody on the left side. Copenhagen over to Gadbois. Lowe's on him. And Biddeford needs some movement in the offense. Willett from the elbow.
Right, got the steal.
Copenhagen, no. And a jump. We'll go to Thornton.
Jeez, that's a tough one. You know, you get the nice turnover there, and you just don't get the ball to roll in.
5-point Thornton lead. Here's the pressure. Just in and out on Copenhagen's shot. Low, breaks the press to LeBlanc. The runner, it's good. Matt LeBlanc with 12.
Boy, he's played a steady game tonight and playing good defense on Chris Cody as well. That's been a key matchup here tonight.
Tigers have had to play catch-up since the end of the first quarter. Gadboy's missing. Can't trade too many more baskets if you're Biddeford.
No, you can't. You come down and...
Synthopoulos off the lob. 9-point lead for Thornton. 3:40 left in the game. And Biddeford calls time, their second, and we will too. 3:29 left in the basketball game. Thornton leading 54-45. Coach Mark Gagne, in his 4th year, coached with Ron Cody for 9 years, and they both came here in '83 and '84 when Biddeford played in back-to-back Western Maine finals. They know each other very well, and his team, Keith, 3.5 minutes away from going to the semifinals.
Yeah, he's done a good job. His kids have got a lot of confidence, and really athletically, you know, you got LeBlanc, is it Exopolis out there? I'll get it one of these times. And at 6'4", and then you got Jay Lowe at 6'6". They got some good height. They're looking good tonight. They're really being extremely patient, and it's going to be tough for Biddeford to crawl back into this now.
Tigers have not had a lot of easy shots here, as the Thornton defense has done a pretty good job trying to contain them. Willett, the three-pointer, a two. So it's a 7-point Thornton lead. And a Biddeford foul, and if that's on Chris Cody, that is a big foul. It is. That is number 4, and that hurts with 3:07 left.
Well, what you got to do at this point, these kids are going to play. If they foul out, they foul out, but you've got to have them out there, and you've got to have them playing, because they're what got you here, and you got to stay with them.
Agresti is 4 for 6 from the line, 4 points in the game. Good on the front end. The next foul that Thornton commits, Biddeford will shoot in the bonus. Got them both. Lead back to 9. 3:05 left in the basketball game. Biddeford spreading the offense, looking to free Cody for the 3 off the back of the rim. And Biddeford just has had a tough night shooting somewhere around 35%. Jay Lowe short, rebounded Copenhagen. Biddeford, the defending Western Maine champ, trying to come back in this one with 2.5 minutes left. With a long way to go. Copenhagen for 3.
Well, they've made up their mind what they're going to do here. They're going to live and die by the tray, and that's exactly what they're doing here to try to crawl back into this thing.
That is a foul on Copenhagen. That will be his 4th. He and Cody have 4, and Thornton is in the bonus. If you're Biddeford, everything's stacked against you, and if you're Thornton, boy, you feel real good at this point.
Oh, sure you do. You know, you're up by 6 with 2:11 left. Not that Biddeford can't come back. They can if you're not hitting your shot. You've got to continue hitting your shots down the stretch.
Synthopoulos makes the free throw. He is a 60% free throw shooter. Averages 14.5 a game. This is the second, the rebound to Gad Boys, 57-50. Copenhagen missing from the baseline. Agresti somehow stayed alive, and Dewey Copenhagen will foul out. Biddeford has no fouls to give. Mike Willett's the guy that's going to foul because everybody else in trouble. And Chris Roy will come in for Copenhagen. Fouls out with 1:57 left. Leaves the game with 11 points. Synthopoulos back at the line. He's got 20. Leads all scores.
It's been a quiet 20 too. I mean, it hasn't been flashy at all, and he's been gone about it with that workman type attitude.
They made the front ends, Keith. They made the front ends of 4 1-and-1s here in the fourth quarter, and that's big.
That makes a big difference. And you know, if you're Biddeford, you want him to miss that front end and get the rebound, but they've been consistent.
Got them both. Big free throws for Synthopoulos. 59-50 Thornton, 1:55 left in the game. They try to run Cody off the screen. Works baseline and draws a foul. And he will go to the free throw line because that sends Biddeford into the bonus. That's LeBlanc's second, 7th on the team.
Again, now the only thing they can hope for is to spot up, to get people spot up on the three-point line and try to make some shots here. But just hasn't been there.
Short on the front end. 1:40 left in the game. The Thornton crowd really starting to feel it. Synthopoulos, 2 more.
That we say is the ball game.
That should do it. Cody in and out. Marcoux missing. Mike Willett with the foul, and with 1:10 left, I think you can say that Thornton Academy will win their biggest basketball game in 20 years.
You know, you feel good for these kids. I feel bad for Biddeford. They've worked hard all year long and have come in here and played this team. This is the 4th time, and number 4 hasn't been very sweet for them. And where they beat them pretty decisively all year long, you know, beat them by 9 going away in their last game. So it's got to be tough for them, but you got to feel good for Thornton. Made the adjustments they had to make, played within themselves, and played with a lot of confidence tonight.
Thornton off the miss, just hold the basketball. 1 minute remaining. Someone's got a foul. It's going to be Gad Boys because it would be 5 on Cody if he does it.
Well, certainly it's academic now. I mean, with 49 seconds left, it's really too late. You might as well just play the string out and let it go. You had to make your run with about 2 minutes. At the last run you could make was with about 2 minutes left, and it just wasn't there for him tonight.
Synthopoulos at the line. 24 tonight for Synthopoulos. He's had a great night. And 18 for Jay Lowe, so 42 from the 2 big guys.
And that was the key tonight. They had to get the ball inside to try to take advantage of lack of height on the Tigers' part, and that's exactly what they did tonight. They got the ball in low, and those guys produced.
And they ran the court extremely well. 26 points for Steve Synthopoulos. 45 seconds left on Biddeford's reign as Western Maine champs. There's a steal by Gad Boys, 63-50 Thornton. Chris Cody got it tipped. Loose ball, and Gad Boys commits the foul. What a season, though, for Ron Cody and the Tigers, Keith. After a lot of people really wondered if they'd even make the tournament this year. They lost all 5 starters. They came back to go 13-5, and they'll finish 13-6, and what a great job.
You know, some people a lot of times look at, you know, I think that's a good season. 13, you come back, you lose everybody, you come back and you go 13-5, you make the tournament. There's a lot of Class A schools that aren't here tonight because they didn't make the tournament. Every team out there played hard to get here, and this to me is an icing on the cake. If you go farther than this, that's great. That's, you know, that's cream on the top, but you get here and you feel with it.
Chris Cody and the starters come out for Biddeford. Their swan song and a great senior season for those young gentlemen. Copenhagen, Marcoux, Willett, Cody, they all did a great job as the benches are cleared and J-Lo hits a free throw. John Alley, number 13 in, Gary Plow, number 15, number 20, Nate Peck, number 10, Viet Lee, and number 23, Matt Pictou, all in the game. Troy Tebow off the offensive board, Low fights, you can count it. As Steve Sincere has come in, Troy Tebow has come in, so has John Littlefield, both coaches going to the bench. And we'll see Keith shoot in just a moment as Jay Lowe racking up the points. He's got 21 as the Thornton crowd is about ready to storm the court. Jay Lowe, what a performance.
Well, they've waited.
Senior, 22 points.
Just a great job, and you know, this is nice for the Thornton program. I think for the town of Stockholm and the kids from Thornton just did a very nice job tonight.
20 seconds left in this one. Pictou is short. Kirk Purvis, 10 seconds left. Down to 8. So the Tigers defended their Western Maine Championship very gallantly. Could not come up with a win here in the quarterfinals. Flo and DePeck. A few seconds left in this one. Down to 3, 2, and they will storm the court. Thornton's first playoff appearance and first playoff win in 20 years as they end Biddeford's reign as Western Maine champs, 67-50.
Just a nice job by those guys. They worked hard out there and got the job done, and you got to tip your hat to them. They worked very hard, and they're enjoying, they're relishing this win right now.
Biddeford had their moment to shine last year, Keith, when they made an incredible run through the playoffs, beating Lewiston for the Western Maine Championship. And now it's Thornton Academy's turn to relish the moment. And what a performance, and congratulations to Mark Gagne and the entire crew. This is just a big, big win for them.
It certainly is. You know, I mean, 20 years. You know, that's a long time. As we were talking, these kids weren't even born the last time Thornton was at, so they didn't even know what it was like to be in a tournament game. And here they are, they come to the tournament after 20 years and get a win. It's just a good job for them, and I feel good for those kids.
The final scoring summary for Thornton Academy. They were led by Steve Zimpopoulos' 26. J-Lo had 22, 48 of their 67 points coming from those two gentlemen. Matt LeBlanc had 12, Craig Agresti had 6, and Brent Raymond with 1. For the Biddeford Tigers, Chris Cody in his final game as a Tiger on the basketball court scores 13. Mike Willett, also a co-captain, scores 12 in his final appearance. Dewey Copenhagen with 11, Chris Roy with 9, Don Gadbois with 3, and Chad Marcoux with 2. So the Trojans move now to 14-5. Biddeford ends the campaign at 13-6. A disappointing loss for these Tigers, but a great season nonetheless. And really, what a monkey off the back for Thornton, Keith, because they were snake bitten by the football team earlier in the year when it seemed like they had it. Biddeford came back and managed to win the state championship. And I think it's a great sense of relief, and I think regardless of where you come from, you have to really be happy for them.
Yeah, I think you do too. And you don't see Biddeford going off holding their heads down. They played hard tonight. They just got beat by a better ball club tonight. That's all there is to it, and just the way it ends up.
So the Tigers can make it 4 for 4 after beating Thornton 3 times. The Trojans come back to beat the Tigers here in the quarterfinals, 67-50. So next Friday night, March the 6th, at 7 p.m. The early game will feature #1 undefeated South Portland and Thornton Academy in the semifinals. And South Portland beat Thornton handily during the regular season, and actually we have that score right here for you. Beat them 87-45, January 28th. It'll be a tough game for the Trojans. We wish them a lot of luck. We have more playoff coverage coming your way. The Sanford Redskins will be playing the Deering Rams in quarterfinal round action. We've also got the Noble girls and Biddeford girls playing in the quarterfinals. So thanks for joining us, and congratulations, and thanks to Ron Cody and Paul McDonough, Tim Stebbins, all his staff there at Biddeford High School for their great help during the year. So for Steve Twombly, my partner tonight, Keith Trefethen, thanks for joining us, everybody. Thornton Academy wins this quarterfinal game 67